What's up, YouTube? Okay, so today I want to do a quick video about a topic that's really important for reptile nutrition, and that's called gut loading. Gut loading your reptiles is very important because that ensures that each feeder insect that the creature is eating is nutritional enough for the reptile or amphibian that is eating it. So let's talk about that quickly. If you guys look back at one of my older videos, I made a video a long time ago about gut loading, but it was terrible, so disregard that one. This is the new one that'll actually give you some good information. So, um, so today I'm going to be doing mainly mealworms because I don't have any crickets right now, so I don't really want to explain cricket gut loading because I don't have a good example for it. Okay, so when you normally get in mealworms, I get the large mealworms, the 25 count. I get these guys from Pet Value. So altogether that's about, let's see, 39, 78, it's roughly a little bit over 100 mealworms. I have two adult male leopard geckos, and they eat about 8 each feeding, and they eat a couple times a week. So these guys should last me a very long time, right? Here's the issue: when you get these guys in, whether they're refrigerated or not, there's no food in the tubs. There's just like a sawdust. So these creatures, even if they last longer in the refrigerator, are in a state of suspended animation and they're sleepy. But the issue with that is if they didn't have a proper amount of food or a proper amount of moisture for their bodies before they went to sleep, they're just slowly starving to death. So if you want your mealworms to last longer and you want to make sure that there's more nutrition for your reptiles and amphibians, you want to gut load them. So I'm going to show you guys what I use to gut load right now. Um, the good thing about mealworms is they'll eat almost anything you put in there, even if it's like another dead insect or something, which I don't recommend for gut loading. You can put that in there. So basically, here's a cricket care from Zoomed. So basically, this is mostly corn based, but cool thing about this stuff is it'll fatten them up and give them some carbohydrates, and it's already fortified with it's a gut load for reptiles, a gut load for crickets, I should say. So if you feed this to a cricket, what it is it's going to give them vitamins and minerals, mostly calcium. This is going to calcify your crickets, and it's going to allow the animal to have more calcium, which is very important, as we know, in the reptile industry, for the health of the animals. That way, your animals don't get metabolic bone disease and things like that. So I tend to put a little bit of this in each one of the cups. Something I also like to add, since me and my fiance like to eat pretty healthy, and I would keep some salad on deck for my blue tongue skink as well. I add a little bit of a spring mix, like a couple of leaves, just ripped up a little bit. And I add that to each container. Now, what I don't do is I don't add it to the container and then let the creatures sit in the fridge because they're still sleepy. They're not awake. They're not really gonna wake up and eat the food that you put in the tub, and then it kind of just goes to waste, and then the animal doesn't really become any healthier, nor will it last longer. So what I do is I take out all of my tubs when I get them. I let them sit out for at least 24 hours. They're fine like that. And the reason they're fine like that is because when you're adding the food and the moisture, they're not sitting here with their metabolism hyped up, starving quicker. What they're doing is they're eating and they're getting that moisture. It's almost like getting ready for winter time for other creatures that hibernate. You know, they're gonna get that food, that moisture, and they're gonna be much healthier. And if you give me like 2 seconds, I'll open up one of these and show you what it looks like after a little while. Okay, so the mealworms are usually buried, and if you look here, what they're doing is they're all over the gut load, and they're all over the spinach leaves. And what they're going to do is they're going to eat holes through all this, and they're going to devour that. And that's what's going to make them more nutritionally balanced or ready, so to speak, for my geckos. And that's what's going to make them survive a little longer as well. Okay, so here, if you look in this one, I also have a little piece of squash here from the other night. And here we go. That's what I was looking for right there. So this guy's already started to eat holes in it. So if you see, this guy already chewed his way right through that leaf right there. I think there's another one that just did it right there. Geez, I'm really looking for those really like typical holes that you would see for, like a caterpillar when it eats through a big old oak tree leaf or something. Oh man, these guys barely even got to it yet. This is the last one I loaded. But yeah, you see I got the spinach leaves and I got the gut load right here. And they'll eat all that up. Now after about 24 hours, so I took them out mid-afternoon. So mid-afternoon tomorrow, I will put them back into the fridge after they devoured most of the food. Now, of course, there's going to be a little bit of excrement in the sawdust. You'll see these little black pellets, which will be obviously fecal matter from the worms. But that's okay, because that way we know that the animals have eaten, we know that they're digesting, and we know that we actually got this good food into them. Also, I notice if I do this at least a couple times a week, and these giant mealworms here, I'll pull one out just to show you. They're not as big as they are most of the time when I get them in. So it was really cool for me to gut load this time. I don't care about disturbing this guy. But yeah, sometimes they're even twice as big as this. So if I feed them now, and I'm not going to feed all these guys off very quickly because I only have 2 geckos. See, Tim's already out here eyeing them. But he ate earlier, so he had enough. I'm not going to feed him more. But yeah, so this guy right here, what they're going to do is they're going to eat, and there's going to be sheds in here. And they're going to grow a little bit. So then you not only have a more nutritious animal, but you have a bigger feeder animal, insect, for your animals that you're keeping as pets. So yeah, that's how I gut load. So basically, I add a little bit of some nice fruits and veggies that are nice and fresh, so they get some moisture and some extra vitamins, and add a little bit of this this Cricket Care gut load. That way they get a little bit more mineral dense, and they get a little calcium in them as well. And let's see, for just as a quick note, for crickets, you would obviously keep them in like a bin or a cricket container, and you would basically do the same thing. Like when I worked at a pet store before, we used to add the same stuff, this Cricket Care powdered stuff, which is high in calcium and has some carbohydrates in it. And then we'd also either cut potato, or you could put carrots or some celery or pretty much anything in there, and they'll mow on that too. And that'll also make your crickets more healthier. Generally speaking, mealworms are naturally a more nutritious food item for most reptiles compared to crickets. But at the same time, if you gut load them, no matter if they're crickets or if they're mealworms, it's always going to make that particular insect more healthier for your reptile than it previously was before you gut loaded it. So yeah, guys. Yeah, this is just something that I do when I get these in. That way they're nice and healthy for my 2 boys right here. Okay, guys, so let me know if you have any comments about the video, and don't forget to like, subscribe. Thank you, and have a good night.